In February 2025, at the age of 25, I bought an abandoned house on my own, with no experience of building or property renovation whilst working full time. It hadn't been lived in for over a year, and I decided I'd do as much of the work myself as possible. I'm now 8 months in, and this is everything I've managed to do so far. It's starting off with vertical footage, as I didn't record much at the start, but don't worry, most of the video will be horizontal. Let's get to it. Yo, welcome to day one of renovating my first house. Just bought a 3-bedroom semi-detached house. Got zero experience of any of this. Just trying to figure it all out as I go along, really. You'll see that there's hella stuff left in the yard. So basically what happened is the woman that lived here, she lived here her whole life. And at some point last year, she had a fall. And basically she never came back to the house. So she's in a care home now. Her only family is her brother, and her brother struggles with his mobility, struggles to walk. So my first project is to clear it all out, see if there's anything that can be sold. Like there's a TV in here, there's some cupboards, cabinets, there's a couple of sofas. So yeah, going through it. Day 7 of renovating my first house with no experience. Had a leak today, the day after the plumber was here. Long story short, I had the man them round. We were getting stuff done efficiently. We were taking out the cupboards and stuff in the utility. And then we need to get the tumble dryer and the washing machine out to be able to lift up the laminate countertop. So at first it was leaking a little bit, nothing major, so I just turned the water off under the sink and we left it, forgot about it, carried on doing what we were doing. A bit later we uncovered a bit more of the pipe for the washing machine. There was an isolation valve on it, so I turned it off. Yeah, I got no kitchen no more. Day 12 of renovating a 3-bedroom house with no experience. So the plumber was here again today, charged me 20 quid, taking my total spend to £3,717 and 17 pence. It capped off the water tank upstairs and the cold pipe that was under the kitchen sink. I say it was car, I got no more kitchen. I finished ripping that out. And then my cousin came round and we both worked on getting the tiles out of the kitchen, so there's no more tiles in there anymore. Need to find a structural engineer to come round and take a look at the wall between the kitchen and the utility car. That's coming out. Yo, taking vinyl off a wall is hell. I went to Screwfix and got some adhesive remover to try and help take it off. My total spend is now just over 3.9k. I ended up scoring all the vinyl and dousing the wall in the adhesive remover. It slightly helped, but it still took me like 4 to 5 hours to get 2 small bits of wall done. And then after that, I worked on stripping the living room. Once again, there's a dirty buildup of nicotine in there on the ceilings due to the humidity. By the end of the day, I managed to get the longest wall done and a little bit of extras. The longest part about stripping wallpaper is waiting for the thing to warm up. So, you know, stripping the wallpaper, coming off nicely, and then boom. Yeah. It's quite long. Might want to get that one checked out. And there's this one down the side here. So what do I want to get done today? I want to get all the rest of this wallpaper stripped in this room and then bring up these carpets. This room I just got to clean up little bits of wallpaper left over from my cousin. Take off the skirting boards, apart from these ones because they've got pipes running in front of them. And then I want to get this carpet up too. So yep, I've still got a hole in the floor, but that's not what we care about today. This carpet right here and these bits of wallpaper here and all here are the last parts that need doing without the need for something bigger than a step ladder. 3 days after ordering and I've already got my window frame. I've got toughened glass going in it and that takes a bit longer to get ready. So that's why there's no glass in it at the moment. But what it means is when the builder starts to break this door up, they can put the frame straight in there and it can get boarded up. And then when the glass is ready, it can be added after. More hours of breaking up the concrete floor. Can't lie though, Friday after work and I'm feeling the tiredness right now. Got this slab here and this slab here, and then I want to make a start on this doorway area. This asphalt out here in the doorway looks almost brand new compared to what was in the living room. So I wonder if at some point they tried to patch up the problems with the floor out here by chipping away at some of the concrete and relaying a new asphalt layer. But clearly it didn't work given the state of it and the rest of the floor. Which even though this is long, it tells me I'm doing the right thing by taking it all out. Yeah, the defo did try to fix this one area alone and I don't know what they did, but I feel like I'm on the beach with the amount of sand that's down. I mean, the saying is, it gets worse before it gets better or something like that, innit? I can't lie, I'm happy with the progress I made this evening. Got the door area broken up. I got this concrete slab broken up. This one that was in the corner broken up. And I started making my way into the kitchen. Pretty much done all the breaking that I was going to do. Because the water pipe runs under there and the electricity mains go from there. So that area is being left to the professionals. hella going on right now, as you can see. The builders are hoping to get most of the work finished up today. It means this door will no longer be in and that window will be in. Big up Harvey and the rest of the team at Job Construction, man. I got work shortly, but we'll be back to see the progress later on. Work done, I'm back. I'm gonna show you the outside in a second. Now, no window there, no door in there, and a window in there. This window's back in and the lintel and stuff is all patterned. Just put flip chart paper up to stop people looking in overnight. This is the replaced lintel from the outside. And this is what it looks like now, just waiting for some new glass to go in. Builders are going to be back again in the morning to clear up the site. And I've had 2 nice days off from renovating. I might have a problem today. The plan is to continue getting this floor dug out. Skip's pretty much full. And we started putting stuff on the rest of the front garden ready for a grab lorry. But there's a good chance we run out of space here very quickly. And the skip's blocking the other half. Rung the skip company, but they said they can collect in the next few days. So I guess we're gonna have to see how much of this can be dug out before we run out of space. I'm starting now. One of my boys is on his way in about half an hour. And I think my cousin could be coming to help as well, but he might still be asleep right now. Builder's on his way to figure out what's wrong with this floor. Obviously, I'm messing. I know exactly what's going on with the floor. He's coming to have a look at the progress I've made with the dig out and then talk next steps. The biggest stage of this project could be started within the next 3 days. So I guess you're going to get an update in a sec. Good news. So the builder's just left and the main bulk of the work is going to be starting in 3 days' time. This might need to come down a tiny bit more, but hardcore can start going on it after. And the work's going to start on getting this kitchen dug out. Sometimes you just gotta turn up with a smile on your face and get something done even if you don't wanna.
Jah are the king, Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah are the king, Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah are the king, Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah are the king, Jah are the king, and me say you see man the king.
Today I'm attempting to disconnect these electrics from this old water heater. I'm obviously not an electrician. I have been to Toolstation and got a mains tester and insulator screwdriver, some Wago connectors and a joint box. I've just turned the electrics off. Don't worry, this will be getting changed at some point. Each individual wire has its own Wago connector and it's now all secured nicely in this box.
Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say you see man the king.
Today starting with a trip to the showroom to check out what our kitchen designers come up with. This deciding thing is hard, man. I'm changed. I'm now back at a house with no floor. I'm waiting for an email with all the renders and designs of the kitchen. But when I get them, I will do a video on it and I'd love everyone's thoughts. But now it's time to move some more hardcore inside. And I do think I've got some help tonight, unlike yesterday. So let's see if we can get the remaining 2.5 tons brought inside and get this floor leveled this evening.
me say Jah Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Jah are the king, and me say Jah Jah are the king.
I've got a problem. Just got an email with my kitchen designs. I'm gonna tell you about that in a second after I talk to you about this problem. Our garden's already overgrown and it's starting to get worse as the weather starts to get better. That ain't even all of it. There's still more down the side of the house. Obviously not got a lot of time to get out there with working full time and renovating inside this house. So if any landscapers or garden people have any quick fixes or things to do, then definitely let me know, please. Let's talk kitchen design. Please definitely let me know what you think, but let me explain my thoughts. So if we start at the sink will go to the slightly to the left of this window because when it comes up to floor level, it's going to be too low to have something underneath there. And then these cupboards and the oven works its way around into a breakfast bar. So it works its way around here and the breakfast bar comes out about there. You'll notice that there's no fridge in there, but it's because there's an undermount fridge and an undermount freezer. They're both full size. It's something that I'm not personally 100% on, but it is a good use of the space because there's not many other space in here if I want a breakfast bar for the fridge to go. I was considering if it could maybe go there next to the sink, but I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that would be a fridge and that would be a freezer. There's the oven. That would be a dishwasher and that would be a washing machine. So there is a little bit of a lack of storage because you've got storage there across these cupboards and then you would have pull-out storage drawers in this breakfast bar. This is it from another angle. This is it looking in the other direction. And this is it from the top down. Therefore, let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear them. Time to go check out my second kitchen design. So I've got a second kitchen design now. Spoiler, it will need changing again, but I'll tell you about that in a second. So first of all, the sink has flipped around. So instead of being there, it's now on this side where all the plumbing is and underneath this window. Next to it is going to be a dishwasher and washing machine. On here, you see a cupboard, a set of drawers and a hob. This is the first change that's going to be made. I'll tell you about that in a second. And after that, you've got a couple more cupboards, a ladder unit with an oven in it, and then to the right hand side of that will be a freestanding fridge freezer. Above, there's taller units and an extractor fan, but I want to make sure it's an extractor fan that's vented outside. So I'm going to send that outside through the cupboards and potentially use a little bit of paneling as boxing in. It means no breakfast bar, but it is what it is. I could be wrong, and I am a lot of the time, but I feel like things could finally be starting to progress. I don't want to get too excited because you know what this stuff's like. The builder's coming either tomorrow or Thursday evening to wrap up the DPM work, which means it's then ready for building control. And if things go to plan, the concrete could be laid as early as Saturday or next week. My job now though is I need to measure up the rest of these rooms so I can do my BTU calculations and figure out the size of radiators I need, and also measure up this blind and this blind, ready for some new ones. I think I'm also a few conversations away from choosing a kitchen company, and I'm also starting to think about my downstairs floor finish and paint. Concrete's here, which means I can finally have a concrete floor. This has been a long time coming and there's been a lot of hard work needed to get to this point, but I'm glad the day is finally here. If I can get any footage, then I'll get it, but I don't want to interrupt what the guys are doing. I also had a plumber here earlier to quote on the boiler install job. Plan today is to try figure out how to take down plasterboard ceiling. My uncle's already put a hole in it a few weeks ago, and when I had this lintel replaced, the builders already took some of it down. If I want to get my walls plastered, and trust me, they need it, then I need to get them prepped. Because at the end of the day, I want to get a kitchen in here as soon as possible. All I've got is a wallpaper scraper. Guessing I'm probably going to have to go buy more stuff. Some of you said a wire brush for the end of my drill. But first, let's see where I get to with just this. This is what my upstairs ceilings look like, but this is what my downstairs ones look like. I've already had my first fix plumbing done. My first fix electrics is starting on Sunday. Once those are done, I want to insulate. I've never plasterboarded ceilings, but I will be doing soon. I've got plaster on the way now to come and discuss materials and everything that I need. He's also going to have a look at this wall that I've been scraping the paint off and double check it's fine and ready for SBR, etc. Once he's gone, I've got an electrician coming to start a full rewire. And I eventually rip out this bathroom. All of this is going, and this is going to get pushed back and be a standing vanity sink. We'll be having a heated towel rail somewhere on this wall. I know there's 500 ways to prep walls for plastering, but all these walls in my kitchen are going to be dotted and dabbed. My plasterer likes to prep them with a combination of blue grit, PVA and water. I'm not going to lie, his previous work speaks for itself. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So let me try mix up a batch and see how we do. Everywhere that needs to be blue gritted has now been blue gritted apart from this middle section. So we are still on track for the plastering to start on Monday. But I've still got a few important jobs I need to do over Friday, Saturday, Sunday before that can start. It's Friday evening, it's proper beer garden weather. And here I am looking like a Fed. Today I'm attempting to insulate my ceilings, but I don't know if I bought enough insulation. And to be honest, I don't know how to do it. Today is a mad exciting day. It's Monday morning about 8:30, but I'm already here because my plastering's starting today. I'm waiting to let the plasterer in and give them a key. Just finished work and my job for the evening is attempt to put a plasterboard ceilings with my cousin. But first I've got to show you what the plasterers have done. They've pretty much fully boarded the long wall of the kitchen and started to board around the rest of the room. On my days, it already feels so much different in here. Anyway, it's time to try learn a new skill. Not gonna believe how different the kitchen looks already. 2 days ago this was all brick and now it's starting to look like an actual room. They continued dotting and dabbing the walls, but they also started putting the ceilings up in here. But we did run into a couple of problems. This is too crumbly to skim over, and if you put a board on top, you'll lose this door frame. And there's a few other small things like that in the kitchen. So my job tonight is to SDS away some of this old plaster so it can be boarded over. Every day this house just gets better and better. Here the plasterers finished boarding the kitchen, including the parts that I SDS'd off the old plaster last night, and worked on putting some more ceiling boards up. But we have run into a little bit of a problem. So below this window has a huge crack in it on both sides, and it's just gonna crack again if it's skimmed over. I'm about to take the plaster off of this. Today the plaster started skimming and put on the kitchen ceiling. I can't lie, it is looking good. They also finished boarding the ceiling in the living room, and I think the plan for tomorrow is to skim this ceiling and start working on some of the smaller walls in here. But for now though, I'm gonna blue grit some of the channels that are being chased out by the electrician. So that's done, but I think I'm bricking up my chimney. It's gonna get done another day, but the builder's here and we're just gonna cut the bricks to size. The bricks are ready to eventually be put in. This is me in my kitchen with a ceiling above me, but that's nothing new to you guys who have been watching the series. What is new is me in my living room with a ceiling. So yeah, the plasterers managed to put on the living room ceiling today, but my focus this evening is upstairs because I'm not that far away from moving into this property, which is really exciting. So I need to figure out what I need to do with this, my bedroom, to make it livable and habitable. Ceiling's now fully stripped of wallpaper. You know, I said I'll decide what I'm doing afterwards. Well, I've decided. I was kind of forced into a decision. The builder's here and we're gonna block up the chimney downstairs that we cut the bricks for the other day. By we, I mean him, but I'm gonna hopefully learn some things. And the chimney's gonna be fully capped off on the roof. Has now been bricked up and I've started learning a few new skills. I don't think I'm going to become a bricklayer anytime soon though. We did put in a bit of DPM just for extra protection, but like I said, the chimney is being capped off from the roof. The plan over the coming days is to STS off this newer plaster, and then this whole bottom portion of the wall is going to be boarded over, which is why these bricks have been set back a little bit. Today I'm attempting something for the first time and I don't actually know if I'm doing the right thing, but I guess we'll see. I've just got back from a few days down in London, that's why there's been no renovation vids, but we're back again now. And I mean, you've already seen it, but before I jump into what I'm doing today, let's take a look at the plastering downstairs. It's all finished. You already knew about the kitchen. As well as the kitchen, we've now got a finished living room. And wow, this place is really looking like a home. As you know, there's still a lot of work to do. We need to bring the floor level up, which includes cutting off the bottom of these boards. try then, shall we? So yep, the ready mix bonding has finally arrived and it's time to attempt to fill in some chased out plug sockets for the first time. I don't know how it'll go, but let me just see. I'm just going to start with one socket and then make a decision what to do from there. The first step is to mix up another PVA solution to prep it. "6:54 Tuesday morning, but I'm at the house already. I start work at 9:30, but I'm here waiting for an exciting delivery. Have I taken a little bit of initiative and put 2 of the boards down? Yes, I have. Is there a chance that Tyler comes and tells me that I've done it wrong? Yes, there is. But that's all I'm going to do for now in terms of boards, because I don't want to mess around cutting any and make a mistake with the cuts if I'm not 100% sure this is the pattern that should be laid in. Got here after work. Tyler's already here. I do have something to admit, but there's a lot going on. So let me give you a quick rundown before explaining. My underfloor heat has arrived, so I need to bring that inside. The aim today is to get the rest of these boards laid down on the floor. that is the first layer of boarding done. It does still need to be taped up, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. And we've changed plan a little bit. We are going to put an extra 25mm board down, so then we're using less screen. So that work's going to happen in a few days once new boards have arrived. First of all, I need to prep the landing ready to strip the wallpaper on the ceiling. A bunch of you said to score it, so I've got my Stanley, as it helps the solution soak in and adhere better. And a load of you also said add white vinegar to the mixture, so I'm gonna give that a try.
Everybody ring the alarm. Come make we ring the alarm. I Mr. bring the alarm. Mr. we come here so we kick up us down. I Mr. bring the alarm. Mr. bring the alarm. I beg you bring the alarm. We come to kick up us down. Touch the road, everything alright. We are going to one party tonight. Touch the road, everything alright. We are going to shell down a party tonight. Pick up on table, you know the thing go. Money in a pocket, you know the thing go. Yeah, by the side, you know the thing go.
Am I extremely tired after getting home far too late last night? Yes, I am. I'll tell you that story when I get back to the house, and it's one I think you'll like. But let me get a few quick jobs done first. I've still got this sat in my car. I need to return it to tool station now. And I'm hoping I can get a tip run done, given when I went yesterday, it wasn't open, when it should have been. Of course, it starts chucking it down as soon as I pull up at the tip. Return done, tip run done. I've also been to Screwfix to get some vents and some screws. I've only got 2 more areas of wallpaper left, but it's the worst 2, the ones I've been dreading. This ceiling doesn't seem too bad, but I genuinely think it's gonna be the worst one yet. I'll tell you why in a second. And I also have my whole landing to do, which is gonna need some sort of ladder and scaffolding board contraption. Neither of which I have right now, so that is gonna need to be sorted at some point soon.
Say it ain't so, I'm letting go. You tell me you love me, but baby, me know it ain't true. Because you left me here, the band is lonely avenue. Yeah, you smile for a minute, then you switch again. Hard to come follow if you're for a friend. Too late for all the arguments, this heart is now broken. Because you tell me that you love me, then your love expire. You just want blaze and then out my fire. Shoulda tell me straight, this have expiration date. Now it's too late and we running out of faith, yes. Why you just think about yourself all the time? When we dip on the grind, whether rain or sunshine. And lately, baby, I've been so sick of trying. Get a one shot from me rhyme. You never woke up in a real man. You never get good loving like this. Turn me up like a light switch, and then your light it come flicker. You tell me you love me, but baby, me know it ain't true. Because you left me here, the band is lonely avenue. Yeah, you smile for a minute, then you switch again. Hard to come follow if you're for a friend. Too late for all the arguments, this heart is now broken. I know me heart to cry, coming with sleepless nights, the beat.
I've got to try and be patient today, which I actually find really, really, really hard. I'm going to be carrying on with the water mix method because it did start to get somewhere.
You really help me away, I'ma write this song for you, know. Love everything when you do, baby girl, you're something special. Everything when you look tight, put up in your jeans like I was spite. Want ice up your neck like a frostbite. Put the icicle right when your tongue ring. Lollipop, she wants something sweet to make your heart it drops. Gonna lock me like the cops. Shoot out when she turn it round back way.
I guess patience really is a virtue. Okay, there were still some tough spots, but that came off a lot easier with a little bit of patience. Now, I'm not so apprehensive about the rest of the landing. The angles and that are going to be a bit techie, but as long as I'm patient and I prep properly, it shouldn't be too bad to get off. Today you might be watching me fall off a ladder, but I mean, if it happens, at least it's caught on camera and we can all laugh about it together. Let me get the old owner's ladders out. See how much of this I can get done with those, but I've got a feeling I'm going to need to buy some more stuff to support my efforts. Problem number one, these ladders are smaller than I ever thought and they don't even reach there, so yeah. I hope this is the answer to my problem. Another 100 quid disappeared and I got no clue how to use it, but let me figure it out. Yeah man, we're good, we're live.
Couple brownies in the back. Pretty dolly, but she don't want Molly. Just me and you. Out on the sea and a K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Girl, me and you. Out on the yacht and a S-E-X. All night, girl, picture me and you. Out on the yacht and a K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Girl, me and you. Out on the sea and a S-E-X. All N-I-G-H-T. And on the moonlight, here on the sand. On the beach side on the ground. Girl, we don't got no chance. You don't know me that man. Want treat you right, while you take it to the mall, make a Kyle you. Daytime, I you down with the lotion. And that a cause the commotion, real love potion. She want breathe for me, but no one buck a girl like every belly for the G. But she still gon' come to me. She still love it, company girl. Don't need nobody else, we don't need nobody else, baby. Don't need nobody else, we don't need nobody else, girl. Just me and you. Open the sea and a K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Girl, me and you. Open the yacht and a S-E-X. One like, oh baby, me and you. Open the sea and a K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Girl, me and you. Open the yacht and a S-E-X. One N-I-G-H-D. Slow motion, love motion. You got me, girl. You got me, slow motion, love motion. You got me, you got me.
There we go, it's finally done. There is no more wallpaper in this house. Every single wall and ceiling, apart from the bathroom and the polystyrene tiles in the kitchen, was wallpaper. So the fact that it's now done, I'm glad. My plan wasn't even to strip the ceilings of wallpaper up here because I was going to overbond it, but I decided against it. You may remember my terrible attempts at bonding in plug sockets, but I've just been speaking to a plasterer and he said it's workable, which is my sign to have a go at some more. He also gave me a few little tips for doing it, so let me mix up a batch of bonding and see how I do. 3.5 sockets done, and you know what? I'm not unhappy. The tips from the plasterer definitely came in handy, and I think I'm slowly but surely getting the hang of using a trowel and a hawk. This one, I'm just gonna have to fix tomorrow because I'm not mixing up any more mix. I know some of you might say something about that, leaving the job half done, but I'm using it as a learning opportunity because I did get some advice on stream about what to do with it, and that came in really helpful. But I'm excited to see how these ones turn out, especially now I've scored them. I got some advice off the professionals once again. I was on stream yesterday and I had a couple of painters and decorators watching. They said it would be a good idea to mist cut this before I got my second fixes done. So obviously I watched a couple of videos last night, and one of them said if you want to get a good adherence, it's good to key the plaster with some sandpaper before you do it. Today I'm starting to install my underfloor heating. My first job is to lay the perimeter insulation, then I'll be putting down a membrane, and then it'll be time to put down clips ready for the pipes. Underfloor heating's down. We're here bright and early once again. It's about 6:30 now. I didn't leave here until after 10 again last night. I've just got a few small cleanup jobs to do before the screed people come. Another early one today. I'm waiting for the delivery of my flooring. It isn't going down straight away, but it will be being put down soon. One thing I must say though is that I am really good at doing half a job. I'll explain what I mean by that at lunchtime or once this flooring's arrived, because I've got work now and I've got meetings all morning. The colour is looking beautiful in person. I can't lie, the camera's not doing it justice, but I've got the ceiling done, I've got that wall done, the corner of that wall doesn't need to be done. I'm tired right now, but tomorrow I'm going to work on getting all the rest of the walls done in the kitchen.
But make them chic, Louboutins, but make them peak. For a layer to layer, living lavish in the one. I'm giving savage cause it's fun. Now I'm rolling up my sleeves to check the time on my Philippe. OMG, I am trying to catch some Z's. Many times as they gon' eat. I want peace and they want trees. They don't sleep and they won't leave. It's too much heat. Did she just sneeze? What the heck did I just see? Homie dancing on his knees. It wouldn't change it for the world cause it's the life you won't believe. I can taste it, I can hear it, I can feel it in my chest and almost see it. Oh, I smell it, so I think it's manifesting. Ain't no stress and I be resting. Every lesson is a blessing. Ain't no guessing, ain't no question, cause I know it's manifesting. I can taste it, I can hear it, I can feel it in my chest and almost see it. Oh, I smell it, so I think it's manifesting.
So it might be a bit controversial, but I'm about to start laying my flooring in my kitchen before I do my second coat on my walls. Listen, I know it's backwards, but hear me out. I've got a boy who's a floor fitter and carpenter by trade, and he said he's got half an hour to show me the ropes. I'm not gonna turn down seeing how it's done. It's an early one today. I'm waiting for a delivery of a washer dryer. Also speaking to and getting some advice of some people about what I should do with this kitchen floor. Because I didn't realise that floating floors shouldn't go underneath cabinets and stuff like that. But we'll learn, keep it moving. I've also got to give in here a clean up and move some stuff into that corner. Because tomorrow I'm getting delivery of my kitchen, which will then start being installed 2 days later.
couldn't fake a break, I even shake my loving wall.
Here's the day my kitchen starts finally getting installed. So I'm here to give my fitter a key and see if it needs handled anything this morning. Day 2 of the kitchen install is underway. My ladder unit doors have arrived and that is a sneak peek of my countertops. The plan today is to get the final ladder unit in place, which includes cutting out space for the gas meter. And then the plan after that is to start getting some of the wall units hung. Fortunately, there's no progress with the kitchen today. That was planned, it is Saturday after all. There is, however, a bunch of waste starting to pile up, so let me do a tip run. I don't know what happened last time I tried to go, so let's hope it's open today.